6.4, Transformation of Exponentials and Log Equations. So you've seen these transformations before, and on exponentials, it's the same case. Remember that the horizontal stretch and shrink is where you're multiplying a number by x, and it has the opposite effect. So if you multiply by 2, it's really a shrink by 1/2. Multiplied by 1/2, it's a stretch, horizontal stretch by a factor of 2. Couple examples. This says basically to draw both of the graphs. F of x equals 3 to the x, that's going to look like this. And by putting numbers in, this is going to be where x is 0, y is 1, and if you had a 1 here, you know that this is going to be a 3. Now, this particular graph right here means that it's going to go to the right 5 units, and then it's going to be a horizontal, and it's a shrink by 1/3. That's that reciprocal effect, which means a horizontal shrink means it's not going to go toward the horizontal axis, it's going to go away from the horizontal axis, which means that it's now going to be moved to the right 5, and then it's going to go up a lot faster than this one. If you put in 0, you're going to get 3 to the negative 5, which is 1 over 3 to the 5th. That means that this is really going to be way down here. So it's going to look like this, and then after it goes 5 units, it's going to go up very steep compared to this one. By putting in another point, maybe putting in 2, 2 is going to be, let's see, 6 minus 5 is 1, 2, 3 is going to be that point. So you can see what that looks like. And again, this is going to be 1 over 3 to the 5th power, or 3 to the negative 5 power, as if put 0 in. Looking at the next one. Okay, this is the same thing as 1 over e to the power of x. That's going to be an exponential decay, and that has a y-intercept of 1 if you put 0 in for x. Looking at this one, 2 things are affected. 1, it's negative, which means it's going to be reflected down here, and it's multiplied by 1/8, which means it's a vertical shrink. It's not going to rise as fast as this one. So it's going to be something that looks like that. And if you put in a couple points, well, let's see, if I put in 1 here for x on this first one, I'm going to get 1 over e. And then if I go ahead and put in a point here, which is 0, that's going to be a negative 1/8. So this is a negative 1/8. And then if I put in 1, I'm going to have let's see, 1 over, okay, so it's a negative 1 over 8e to the x is going to be here. Sorry, that's going to be 1 over 8e to the first power, because that's going to be a negative 1, which goes down in the denominator. So not the best drawing, but you got the general idea. If you put these points in, the points are what's important, and you can see how the two compare.